Hi everyone! Welcome back to General English class with me. Today we are going to learn how to speak English on the phone. In this lesson, you can learn how to deal with common situations when you are talking on the phone in English. Okay, so we will start with informal phone talk first. Biasanya, dalam sebuah telepon informal, baik pembukaannya, phrases yang digunakan, ataupun penutupnya itu lebih simple dan pendek dibanding formal talk. Hal ini dikarenakan biasanya orang yang menelepon itu sudah mengenal orang yang ditelepon. That's why the greeting, the phrases, and goodbye is shorter and simpler. Now let's take a look at this example of informal talk. What do you notice from this example? First, the speaker greets with a short greeting, "Hi." This is common if we answer the call informally. Next, you can see that the expression is simple and straight to the point. This is also common in informal calls. Well, of course, you can ask like, "How are you?" to the person you called, but actually it's not necessary in informal phone talk, particularly if you have known each other. You can also see that the speakers use some informal language such as "just a sec," "yeah," and "got it." Eventually, the speakers ended the conversation in a simple way. They use simple and informal expression, "thank you," and "bye." Now let's proceed to the formal phone talk, which usually has longer greeting, longer phrases, and longer goodbye. Let's see this example of formal talk. Can you see the difference between this and the first phone call? First, the speaker answered the phone with a longer greeting. Instead of just say "hello" or "hi," the speaker used longer phrase, "Good morning, Maya speaking." This is common in formal phone talk to give the caller a little information. You can also see that they use different phrases to ask who you are, which is "who is calling please?" In this case, the caller say, "This is Camille speaking," because she was introducing herself for the first time. If you haven't met the person you are calling before, you can use the phrase "this is" and mention your name. Millie asked then, "May I speak to Mrs. Christine?" You could also mention the department in which the person you are looking for works, like, "May I speak to Mr. Green in the accounting department, please?" Generally, you could see that the dialogue is much longer. We speak more and use longer sentences. You can see many examples of formal languages that the speakers use, such as, "One moment please, I'll see if she is available." "Would you like to leave a message to her?" And could you please tell me when she will be in? Lastly, the speakers have much longer goodbye. Maya ended the conversation by saying, "You're welcome. Thanks for calling. Have a nice day." Compare this with the first dialogue where they ended the conversation with just "bye." It's much simpler and quick. And this formal phone call, ending the call took some phrases. Thereby, you can see two significant differences here. The phrases used and the style is different as the occasion is different as well. Here I show you the list of phrases that you can use in making both formal and informal call. Well, these are the phrasal verbs that you can use in making telephone both formally and informally. Alright, now let's learn more about the telephone phrases. So basically there are some stages in the telephone talk. The first is of course answering the phone. If you are in formal situation and you don't know who's calling, you can say, "Hello, Maya speaking." So you mention your name here. Then you can ask, "Who is calling, please?" Or, "May I know who is calling, please?" You can also mention the department you are working in, like, "Good morning, Dr. Martin's office. Who is calling, please?" But if you have already known the caller, you can just greet them and offer help such as, "Hello, Dr. Jones. How can I help you?" Or, "What can I do for you, Dr. Jones?" While in informal situation, you can deliberately mention your name, greet the caller, and ask how they are doing. Like, "Hello, Matt here." Or, "Hi Judy, how are you?" "Hey Justin, what's up?" The next stage is introducing yourself, especially if the caller is unknown. Like, "Hey George, it's Lisa calling." That's the example of informal way of introducing yourself. Or, "Hello, this is Julia Madison calling." Okay, but friends, if you are the caller, then you need to ask to speak with someone after you introduce yourself. In an informal phone talk, you can say, "Hi, is Nina there?" Or, "Can't you put Michael on?" While in a formal phone talk, of course, you need to use formal and longer phrases such as, "May I speak to Mr. Green in the accounting department, please?" "Good morning. Is Dr. Martin available, please?" Fourth, if your position is the telephone receiver, you have to connect the caller with the person they are headed to. Ask them to wait by saying, "Just a sec, I'll get him." Or, "Hang on a moment, I'll see if he's in." Task 4. Informal situation. While in formal situation, you can use formal language like, "One moment please, I'll see if he's available." And, "Hold the line please, I'll put you through in a moment." Shall you find any problem during making a phone call, you can just make a request to a person you talk to. For instance, you couldn't hear the caller's question, so you can say, "Could you please repeat that?" In formal context, and say, "Sorry, say that again," in informal context. If it turns out that the speaker is not connected to the person you are headed to, you can offer them to leave a message by saying like, "Would you like to leave a message?" And when the situation is less formal, you can just say, "I can tell him you call if you like." Okay, so after the speaker leave a message, you need to confirm that in order to avoid mistakes. You can say like, "Can I leave the message?" And then, yeah, that's the way to leave message. And then after that, don't forget to confirm that to avoid the mistakes. And this is the example of the phrases that you can use to answer a voicemail or answering machine. Finally, don't forget to end the conversation politely. Like, "Thanks for calling, bye for now. I'll to let you go now." Or, "I'm afraid that's my other line," and something like that.